guys, it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and today we're privileged to be with Barry Conrad.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome back onto Rave It Up.
Thanks for the welcome back.
It has been a while. Last time Barry was on the show was November 2016.
That's a hot minute ago. That's like
That time has flown.
3 years ago.
I
That's
swear
crazy.
you're just popping up everywhere too. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Your career has just skyrocketed.
Thank you so much. And I saw you at the ARIAs, which was awesome.
Yes.
I was like, I know her.
I know her. Just someone small. That's all good. Well, I'm going to bring that up a bit later on as well.
Okay.
But since then, since 2016, there was a few, shows and stuff you did in between there. You did Hairspray. You did Grease. That was awesome. And also, I got to bring up Neighbours. The musical about Nelson Mandela's life.
Right.
How was that experience for you? Did you know much about Nelson Mandela's life beforehand, or?
I did. I'm from South Africa. For anyone who doesn't know, I was born in Cape Town, South Africa. So
That's how he got the job.
But no, it was awesome for character research because my parents pretty much played the characters that
Wow.
like my character's arc. I played a young artist named Will, and he was in an interracial relationship with a white South African, the daughter of a white South African policeman. In fact, so that whole arc was very much apartheid days. So it was it was amazing. Yeah.
I loved that part of the story. I was like, oh my god, are they going to get together?
It was like people didn't know.
Are they going to stay together was the big question.
Right.
You did such a good job.
Thank you.
It's good to see that you had quite a big part in the show as well.
It was something that I could really dig my heels into as well, and it was personal. I'm from there. It made sense, and I was just really honored to play that and have it be about a man like Nelson Mandela. Incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing to share a story like that because a lot of us didn't know little bits of his story. We only knew the big bits that were famous,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And how did you find, memorizing all the lines, doing the accent,
I was like, I already can talk like a colored South African, so that was okay. That wasn't too much of a problem. But yeah, it was a lot of dialogue. It was like
and hard dialogue.
A lot, and there was like a whole monologue opening the second act. I'm like, can I remember all this? So
and you did.
I did.
Or did you have cheat on your hand or something?
I was just like, no, it was fine. It was a good challenge as an actor as well because that done Violet, Hairspray, Grease, but this had the most the beefiest material.
Yeah, that you can't get wrong.
I can't get that wrong. So yeah.
Well, good. I'm sure it's just gone out of your head now. Yeah, it's gone. You can't memorize it now. And you also were on stage with Timamatic. And also
my bro as well.
The amazing Percy Mwiketsi, who has been on the show as well. Yeah. He is amazing. They couldn't have gotten a better guy to play Nelson Mandela.
You got to chat to Percy as well?
We did a phone chat. And it was even on his birthday.
Really?
I was like, why are you talking to me on your birthday? Have a day off, man. But and then I saw the show, I think a week or two after.
Yeah, right.
I had a chat to him and, incredible, man.
He's such a passionate guy as well, he really is.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got that from
I even said to him, and it was to him, obviously, the biggest compliment. I said, if anybody could be the next Nelson Mandela, it would be him.
Yeah, right.
Just because of he has a beautiful soul. He's such a beautiful man, and he's playing Mandela. But I think he's the closest to one that we can get as well on this earth.
Right, shout out to Percy.
I know, that's an amazing, amazing compliment for him, but I meant every word, and I hope he's watching this. How was it working with both of them? Have you also met Timamatic before?
I knew Tim for years, so that's the thing. But we
Timamaji, as we should be.
Yeah. But we never actually worked together in any capacity as artists or actors. So it was cool to share the stage every night with him, and most of our whole thing is we laugh all the time. We have inside jokes, so it was always fun. And he's so talented, so hardworking, and a lot of fun as well.
It was like a family.
There's a lot more to him than people think as well. He's dangerous in a good way.
Yeah.
He's so talented.
Oh, yeah. What a family backstage, I'm guessing. It was a shame that it was only on for a short period of time too.
I know. But the good thing though is we got to go to New Zealand, and my family lived there, so my parents, it was really emotional for them to see it because they went through apartheid. So my brothers got to see me, my parents got to see me. That was special.
I hope they were in the front row.
I mean, they were pretty
close. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And as you did mention, after so long, after not seeing each other, a couple of weeks ago, we saw each other at the ARIA Awards. Now, jog my memory. Have you been to the ARIA Awards before? Was that your first one?
I've been to the ARIAs maybe twice before that.
Wow. And is it still like a pinch yourself moment?
It is, because it's kind of like, I say this to people all the time. Award shows are kind of like reunions. Everyone's kind of busy doing their thing, and you can't really catch up. But when you see each other at these shows, it's like, hey, so it's catch up. So it's good.
I haven't seen you after 3 years.
Yeah, like, we haven't seen each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I obviously know kind of the photographer side of things on the red carpet. But how is it standing on that red carpet and having all these flashes at you? I'm like, I feel bad. I'm hurting their eyes.
I mean, it's nerve-wracking because as you're about to step in front of the wall, like the media wall, it's like, okay, don't blink, don't have any malfunctions or anything like that, but it's so much fun.
Don't fall onto the carpet.
And but it's also like pretty surreal. It's like, cool, I'm at the ARIAs and I'm with my peers, I'm amongst people that I look up to as well, so it's awesome.
And out of everybody, I gotta say, you had the best poses. You had that down pat. You were like, yeah.
The whole situation,
You'd practiced that beforehand, didn't you?
I mean, a couple times.
Just a couple. What poses work for you?
You kind of have to, and like, because you can hear people saying Barry, 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 but you can't blink and go what? You have to keep your eyes open, keep the smile going, and then move slowly and do it.
And you don't really know what everybody's saying it too, because so you're like, where do I look?
So whatever photos you took of me, I need to see those before you.
You weren't looking at the camera, but it was still a good shot.
Sweet.
So I'll send them to you, and you can have a look.
And did you get to go to the show? Or?
No, I wish. Get me in there,
would you
Barry.
Like to, for the next time?
Yeah, I definitely would love to. But I've been to a couple of other award shows in the past, and it's very exciting. It's
It is exciting.
Growing up watching the ARIA Awards on TV or the Grammys, Oscars. I know that's a big step up after that, but it's a big deal.
Did you like who of the artists at the ARIAs this year would you have wanted to see live that performed? Like Halsey was there. Dua Lipa.
I think Dua Lipa. Yeah. I ended up watching it on YouTube later, and I was like, "This is a great performance. Why wasn't I in there?"
Next time.
But you obviously got to see it.
It was good.
Ugh.
It was really good.
And did you get to meet anybody that night that you'd been like dying to meet?
You know what? I did. All of the big acts left, like sort of, got escorted away. But I did get to see
very
Starly.
quickly.
You know Starly? She's incredible, and I've known her from before, but I didn't know she'd be there. So I saw her in one of the after parties. So that was really
that was a reunion as well.
And it was a surprise as well.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Well, I hadn't heard any of her songs for a while actually.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, I know Starly.
She's working on new music.
Yeah, I heard. I was hearing the Today FM interview next to me. I was like, oh, new music. All right, check that out, guys.
Doing her publicity for her right here.
Exactly. Now she's got to come on the show.
Right.
Now, this is a very big deal for you, and I am so proud of you. You're currently playing Kane in Neighbours. Go check that out, guys. I'm a big fan of Neighbours, so when you popped up one day, I was like, what the? It's Barry! What? How has that been being on such a well-known TV show that airs every single night?
Yeah.
Not to make it even more daunting for you.
It's amazing, and it's something that I actually had as a goal to land a TV role.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so when that
it's
eventually,
come true.
I know. So to have it be realized was just so exciting, and to have it be an iconic show like Neighbours as well.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
That's
realize
been running for
fans,
decades.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and I've also been the rookie in the situation.
Yeah.
It's something new for me, and I'm learning and growing and being around people better than me, and a whole new medium as well. Like, screen acting is very different to theatre, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've been around, as you said, actors that have been on the show for ages. Have they been giving you any advice, or you just kind of been watching them and learning as you go along?
You learn as you go along, and things get changed so quickly as well. And I remember one of the producers of the show said, if you can do this, you can do anything, because last minute, like, script changes, you just got to be ready. So, yeah. It's been good for me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And thinking on your feet. And...
You have to, And you actually a fan of the show?
Yes, absolutely. I watch it every single night, and you haven't been on for a few nights, and I'm like, oh, when's he coming back on?
You have to wait to see what happens to Kane.
Oh, I'm excited. Well, the last time you were on the show as well, we were chatting about that you were, very into fitness and fashion and things like that. And it's really kind of good to see. I don't know if you are still doing that sort of side of things. Are you still doing that good?
Definitely.
It's good to see in Neighbours that you're kind of combining your acting and your fitness into one role. If people don't know, I don't really want to ruin it for people in case they haven't watched it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's good because
Can we say what your character is?
We can say it. So Kane Jones, he's this bad boy who comes into Ramsey Street, shakes things up, but he runs a fight club. So I got to really like be active and get in the gym, which I already do so much, as you know. So it's been really fun and like a natural sort of progression. Except I'm a bit nicer than Ken, probably.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're such a nice guy, so how's it to play a bad guy? People say playing a bad role is like, it's really fun.
It's fun because you get to just like not care and like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
He's got a big ego, but he's complicated.
But people on set know that you're a good guy.
One of the extras after the fight scene, she's like, "Are you this cocky in real life?" I'm like, "It's a character."
It's a character. Like, sit down, have a conversation with me. You'll notice that I'm actually a great guy. And you're obviously so used to theatre and also singing and being on stage, but how is it now being in front of, I'm guessing they have heaps of cameras for all these different shots.
Right.
Is that a different nerves that you have now?
It is because, on stage it's like one take, you're out there to audience, different audience every night. With screen, there's all these cameras, there's a wide shot, a close-up, you got to like nail your mark.
And hope they get your good side.
And hope that they get your good side, your good... and also learning to save your best stuff for the close-up as well. Because the wide shot you can get away with more, but the close-up you got to like bring it. So, and there's not a lot of takes as well, so you got to be fast. I'm learning a lot.
So it is quick, I'm guessing, because they've got to get through obviously a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Every night. So. Yeah.
So for all of us Neighbours fans, how far behind are we on TV compared to when you actually filmed the episodes?
3 months.
3 months?
3 months in advance. So
okay, I didn't think it was that far.
So people were like, "Oh, so did you film that yesterday?" I'm like, "No."
Or last week?
Yeah, it's not.
I thought maybe a month, but 3 months?
3 months.
Wow, well they're really good at just, when you got special occasions coming up, like Christmas and Halloween and things. Yeah, they're so spot on.
Yep.
I don't. They must be so organised.
There was even one shot where Ned on Neighbours, he looks at his phone at a text from Kane, and it was on the exact date that it aired.
What?
So it's crazy how well thought out it is.
How do they do that? That's interesting. Didn't know you could do that on your phone. It's all the TV magic, isn't it? Yeah. And last year when we spoke, we both lived in the Hills district of Sydney.
Oh, man.
Does this mean that you're living in Melbourne now?
I am living in Kensington now, which is closer to, like, it's just down the road. But flying back and forth between Melbourne and Sydney.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Because you're still a reoccurring role, but not obviously needing to be there all the time.
Right.
So that way they just call you when they need you, and you.
Well, not on the day.
You stay. Can you get here?
Yeah, right.
It's like I have a life. I'm auditioning or whatever.
But it's a very different. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're at the beach right now.
It's right on Coogee Beach.
It's
so
very
beautiful.
different to the Hills. Very different.
Yeah, we decided to sit in the bench instead of on the beach. I don't know why we didn't.
Lauren decided to not be on the beach.
It's a bit of a cooler day, but yeah. Sorry, lady fans, because I'm sure you wanted it
and
with his shirt off.
Or female fans.
Yeah, if we could have both been in swimwear. Sorry.
Where are you living
Next
right now?
time. I'm still where I was.
Really?
I haven't moved.
Nice.
Yeah. That makes me feel sad, doesn't it? He's moved 3 years, I'm still in the same place.
It's still good.
Whenever I drive past that old location too that our last interview was at, I always think about you. I'm like, I wonder how he's doing.
And
then you popped up on Neighbours.
People still give me feedback from that.
Oh, really?
Interview, especially the bullying and all that.
Yeah.
So it was really good. It's a good job.
Oh, thank you for coming on the show. Credit to you. Well, everyone go check out Neighbours if you haven't already.
Check it out.
And my last question for that, kind of related to the travelling.
Yeah.
When they do ask you to go to Melbourne, are you there for like a good couple of weeks before the filming, or are you like a couple of days, come back?
You're there for a stint because they try to like make the most of that time that you're there and make sure that your scenes are all coordinated. So it's an operation.
It really is.
It really is.
I kind of already knew it was always so organised, but. Wow, new respect. 3 months. What?
If people don't know that, it's you're like, oh, so did you film that yesterday? No.
Especially for you too, because when you got the role, you obviously weren't allowed to share it yet. Oh my gosh, that would have killed you.
It's funny because like you get the news, you're really excited, but you can't tell anyone.
You told your family, right?
I told my family, but only later on because it's.
I
Like
mean, no, you didn't. Secretive. Oh.
But and
Mum doesn't count.
And then when it airs, the excitement comes back all over again in a whole different way because everyone's seeing it. So it's cool. But weird.
So did you have like a cool watch party?
Yeah, I had a viewing party. Yeah. It was so strange though seeing myself on TV.
Do you cringe?
It's like that's what I look like. That's what I sound like.
It's like exciting. I got to do that differently next time.
It's exciting though.
No, you did really well. I don't think anything needs to be changed.
Thank you.
Yeah. So The only thing that needs to be changed is for you to be on the camera more. That's what
I appreciate that.
all the Neighbours people. Just letting you know, that's what the fans want.
Bring Kane back.
Bring Kane back.
Yeah.
Now, something I want to bring up, and it is something you brought up before as well, and it's something that you said that a lot of people liked about our last interview.
Right.
Is I am going to bring up again that, last time you were on the show, you're a proud ambassador of Are You OK? Mm-hmm. Is that still going on? What have you been able to do this year for that lovely cause?
Yeah, I still am very much a proud ambassador for Are You OK? And I love those guys. I love what they stand for. It's so personal to me. That has not changed one bit. So, yeah, again, it's all about just having that simple conversation, checking in with your mates, making sure that, just because someone's smiling on the Instagram doesn't mean that they're necessarily okay.
Or just smiling in person on the outside. Yeah.
Just because they have a new promotion, job, money, it doesn't matter. What you do is in who you are. Always check up on people, because you don't know.
Because it could just be they have demons inside. It's all, and they might not be actually talking about it as well, which is
especially
sad.
I find for young guys, or just guys in general. I find, as a guy myself, like it's harder to share how you feel. So this is all about encouraging the conversation and eliminating stigma.
Well, yeah, because I think the stigma's always been like, being a macho guy and,
just be a man, just harden up.
Yeah, exactly. Don't cry, don't
cry.
share your feelings when, in this, especially in this day and age, we have to. It's just getting harder and harder.
It is.
And you are right. It's absolutely correct. And I know it has been 3 years since you're on the show, so I can't recall whether you did say whether when you were younger you experienced any bullying or anything like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I experienced a lot of that in my life, and feeling quite small, feeling that I couldn't turn to anybody, and then learning that it was okay to actually ask for help. And that's why I'm so passionate about it now, because I can actually speak up proudly and confidently about it, and I can spot it in people often as well now. And it's good. It's funny, even with Neighbours and whatnot, people reach out to you on Instagram as well, and there's so many people who are going through bullying or struggling. So there's a lot more work that needs to be done, but all we can do is just, we're not all perfect, because there's going to be days where I won't notice someone, but when do you think the pivotal moment was for you when you were like, I should speak up? Were you much younger, or I experienced a lot of racism as well, and I think leaving South Africa, moving to New Zealand was important. But I think really much later on, like after X Factor, around that time, because I just found my voice more. Yeah. A lot was happening during that time. Yeah.
And with being on Neighbours now too, even though you've had people reach out, especially fans, but have you experienced any haters now being on Neighbours?
Yes. I just this morning
being a new character.
Yeah. I had like some hate mail on Instagram just this morning I had to block the person. So,
Good idea, block. That's what the block button is for.
Don't even respond, just block it, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not easy to see that, because you're going through your day and then bam,
Especially when it's your heart and soul into that work. It's like, how could you not, appreciate it?
Mm-hmm. And especially if they attack your character, not just the character you play. So yeah.
So they're attacking you as a person as well. For what?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't even know you.
Yeah. So I just want to really say, I want to say to people watching this, really, please just be careful with what you say, because words carry power, and you never know, you can catch someone on a bad day, and that can really affect people. So, let's just show more kindness.
That is very true. Because if they are having a bad day and you say a bad thing about them, it's just going to add to it, and it's all going to go downhill from there. Yeah, I think we've all had days like that too. And that is unfortunately how a lot of suicide happens. People just can't take it anymore, and if we can do something about it by being kind to one another and sharing love, always finding the good in people, I think that's the way we should do it. It's sad that we don't do it more. And especially with the Christmas season coming. Well, it is here. It's come around too quickly. And in the new year, maybe make it your New Year's resolution, guys, to be a little bit more nicer to people if you haven't already. Just, share a nice... I do this now and then. I send just out of the blue a lovely message to a friend and say how much I appreciate them, because sometimes we don't tell our friends that either. Just share the love. Thank you for all the lovely advice again. Hopefully that's another segment that people will appreciate and hopefully take something from it.
Thanks for asking about it.
No, you're welcome. Come on the show anytime to talk about it. Even though you've already achieved so much in your career, and especially this year, Barry, what else can we expect from you in the future, whether it's next year or further on?
I would love to just do everything that I'm doing now on more of it.
Scale,
I would love to do a Marvel movie. I would love to do. Just more TV, more film, more music.
Good guy or bad guy in Marvel?
Depends how fun the character is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I could see you as a cool bad guy. I think you'd have fun with that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. What about you?
We'll tag Marvel in it.
What about yourself?
Got the book coming out. So
that's exciting.
People don't know the release date yet, but it will be out next year. Had some bumps in the road, but it's all good. Now it's all light as at the end of the tunnel.
Congratulations.
So expect Rave It Up on all your TVs and your radio shows.
Nice.
Because that's what I plan to do. Get the promotion out there. Hopefully get you to share it, because this guy's in the book. Love all the support that all you guys have given me, all the guests, and we'll just continue growing and growing. So next year, I feel like it's going to be Rave It Up's year.
Nice.
Other things I have planned that people have got to stay tuned. I'll tell you off air.
Stay tuned. Confidential.
And what advice would you give? Because I know I did ask you this last time, but your answer may have changed now that you're gone further and further in your career, gotten on Neighbours. For the people that want to follow their dreams of becoming an actor, what advice would you give?
I would say don't be afraid of the work. Don't be afraid to put the preparation in, because really there's no substitute for that. You know, if you want success, want opportunities, great. We all do.
Yeah.
But it costs something, which means time. Invest in your craft, invest in yourself, treat people well along the way, get excited about the boring, the mundane, meaning all the day in, day out stuff that you don't want to be doing when you're not getting paid for it right there and then, like, upskilling, all those things that people don't see behind the scenes. Get used to that, because you're going to be doing a lot of it. And it's going to take that to get, the tip of the iceberg, which is like, yay, exciting, you're on TV, but there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
So, preparation, treat people well, and keep things in your life, other things in your life that make you happy, so that you're not putting everything into this one thing.
Yeah.
Because if you pin all your happiness on that, you're going to be very miserable. So keep yourself happy doing other things as well, and it keeps you fresh and excited about life and about what you're doing. So.
Fill your life with all the exciting, passionate things.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. And all the hard work will pay off, guys. Eventually. It may take a little time, but we can definitely tell you it definitely takes a lot of time. But, if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Exactly, and everybody would have it. So
then life would be a bit boring. We'd all be the same.
No, it'd be boring.
It would be. Yeah. And before we go, the people watching want to contact you, find out what you're up to. Where should they go?
Go to find me on Instagram, Barry_Conrad. On Twitter as well, the same ID. Go to Facebook, Barry Conrad Official. And my website is barryconradofficial.com. I had to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too many things, isn't there?
Yeah.
There are a couple of other Barry Conrads is there online. How dare they? There's only one Barry Conrad, and he's right here. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show again. It's been a pleasure. I know that you're a busy guy, and so I appreciate the time to come out and sit with us here at Coogee Beach.
And I appreciate it as well. Thanks for making time. And
you're welcome.
Yeah.
I did tell you 3 years ago, you're welcome on the show anytime, and I meant it. So to have you reach out to me and go, yep, want to come back on the show, it was great. It was a great message. So everyone watching, make sure to go have a listen to Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, stream it, Spotify, all that jazz.
Stream.
And go watch Neighbours, so you can watch him as Kane. Great
Jones.
Character. I mean, bad guy, but great character. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.